Output 5: Teaching Rhetoric Online. Open resources. Episode: Rhetoric, Virtual Rhetoric and Visual Analysis. This is an episode related to rhetoric, virtual rhetoric and visual analysis. It is part of the activities of Output 5: Teaching Rhetoric Online. Open resources. Project Rhetoric for Innovative Education. Topics in this episode: Rhetoric, Virtual Rhetoric and Visual Analysis. Subtopics are: what is the profile of the audience of students in the virtual classroom? How the virtual reader can form rhetorical knowledge and build rhetorical skills. The text is prepared by Dr. Todor Simeonov, a member of the team of the Institute of Rhetoric and Communications.
The visual rhetorical analysis is based on the screencasts taken during the included virtual observation. The analysis shows that the students have a fairly good reception of the rhetorical content and its manifestation in virtual environment that is grounded in the 5 classical canons of rhetoric. There is also homogeneity in combining different modalities, text, pictures and other visual elements, video, audio, hypertext and hyperlinks, etc. The virtual students are primary users of the virtual space. They listen to music, watch movies, play games, but they also use the internet in order to study, using different social media platforms such as Edmodo, YouTube, Wikipedia, Wattpad, etc. They read online, write their own text, blog, posts, etc. But they need further training and coaching in developing their digital skills to serve them better in the academic setting, as a ground for their future careers and life. During the cyberethnographic observation in the virtual classroom Edmodo, the virtual students enhance their understanding and skills in finding materials and arguments, inventio, and in building structure of the different genres, dispositio. They easily learn how to use the search engines with keywords, to filter resources that are credible and scientific. They use different figures and tropes, elocutio, such as rhetorical questions, repetition, simile, anaphor, metaphor, etc. Most of them learn how to use different statistical in favor of their claims. They learn how to use hypertext and hyperlinks in order to create multimedia and interactive new genres. The new manifestation of memoria in the form of using technology to store and retrieve information in different cloud-based application, Edmodo Backpack, Google Drive, etc., is also well understood and utilized by the students. Some of the students need additional training in citing and creating lists of references. The students develop their skills in presenting in front of the camera, while using the screencasting technology to show their multimedia presentation and being conscious about their body language and voice. As part of the rhetorical analysis of the genres used during the observation, it was possible to make a list of the classical and new manifestation of the pedagogical rhetoric communication in the blended environment. The genres in the physical classrooms are well known: discussion, lecture, mind map and brainstorming methods, as subtypes of the discussion. We also find that the presentation are widespread teaching method and thus way a separate genre with tradition of using them in the brick-and-mortar environment. The manifestations of the new pedagogical rhetoric are the post note in blogs, social media and social networks, discussions in small groups, chats or post discussions, multimedia, video or screencast presentations, and other genres that are not typically rhetorical are the email, poll, assignment and quiz test, but they are well established in the field of education. Based on the above-mentioned genres, a classification could be formulated, in which the main criterion is the function of the rhetorical and pedagogic act in the social platforms. There are 4 main functions recognized in the study: to inform, communicate, to gather opinions, feedback, to convince, to assess knowledge. Some of the genres has multiple functions and could have more than one role in the pedagogical communicative process. The design of this research allows for deeper delving into the nature and functionalities of the pedagogical rhetoric in virtual environment. The teachers should be trained and prepared in order to cultivate digital rhetorical skills in the students. That way we could care for some of the deficits in the students' skills and take them on a journey from mere internet user to professionals that use the digital environment to their advantages, as they prepare for the requirements of the 21st century. Although these findings are based on a particular case and objective research, the class taught via blended method, partly in virtual environment, they have a high potentiality to be applied and replicated for other classes and students of different ages and at different academic levels, primary schools, high schools, colleges and universities.
You have been listening to the episode Rhetoric, Virtual Rhetoric and Visual Analysis. Output 5. Teaching Rhetoric Online. Open Resources. Project Rhetoric for Innovative Education.